In last session, we have seen about method overriding in Python. So, polymorphism can be achieved by method overriding and method overloading. So, literal meaning of polymorphism is having different forms. Poly means many and morph means form. So, coming to the world of programming, polymorphism refers to a methods having the same name but being used in different ways and in different scenarios. This makes programming easier and more intuitive. So polymorphism can be achieved via method overriding and method overloading. So in the previous session we have already seen about method overriding. So what exactly is method overloading? In method overloading, two or more methods have the same name but different numbers of parameters or different type of parameters. So two or more methods have the same name. For example, let's say we have a method of adding a number. So this method add can have two numbers which will perform addition on two parameters. It can have, let's say, three numbers, three parameters which can be added, and it can have, let's say, single number as well. So if you see the name, so method name is same, method name is add only, and as per the number of parameters it will perform the operation. For example, if you pass two parameters, then this method will be invoked and it will perform addition on two parameters. If you pass in the same method name, if you pass three parameters, then it will perform addition operation on three parameters. If you pass only one parameter, then this method will perform addition operation with only single number, means it will return one only, right? So it will not add anything, it will just return as it is the number which we pass here. So in these cases, if you see the method name, that is common. So from the end user perspective, whenever he will use this method, he will use the same method, that is add method. And as per the number of parameters or type of parameters, so someone can pass couple of integers, someone can pass integer and float as well. So depending on type of parameters and number of parameters, the implementation can change. So if there are two parameters, it will add two parameters. If we pass three parameters, then it will perform addition on three parameters in this method. Similarly, so this is known as method overloading. So two or more methods will have the same name but different number of parameters or different type of parameters or both. So these methods are called overloaded methods. So this is known as method overloading. Python by default does not support method overloading by default. So in language like Java and C++, there method overloading is supported properly by default. But in Python, it does not support method overloading by default. But there are different ways to achieve method overloading in Python. Now we will see one ideal scenario of method overloading and how it is not supported by default in Python. So I am just going to PyCharm. I am creating a new Python file. Let's create a new Python file. I am naming it as overloading demo. So we have created a Python file. Now in this file, first let's create a class. So I am simply creating a class A. Now this class A, I will create two methods. For example, let's say add. This method will return, this method will, so this method, so I am creating one method here. Let's create one add method. How to create a method? We have forgot the def keyword, right? So we have to use def keyword, and then this is an instance method, so self keyword will be there. And in this method we will pass only one parameter. We will pass only one parameter, and it will return, it should print that parameter, right? So we are performing addition operation. So in case of addition operation, if we pass only one parameter, then it should return only that value as it is. And we will create one more method that is also having the same name, but it should accept two parameters, let's say A and B, and it should perform addition operation and it should return the value of A plus B. Now this is the ideal scenario for method overloading. So two methods in which as per the number of parameters, it should return the result. So if you pass the one parameter, it should return that value as it is. If you pass two parameters, then it should perform addition operation and it should give that addition. It should return that sum value, right? It should print a plus b. Now let's see in Python. Now let's create the object for class A. So to call the methods, we have to create the object. So I am creating my obj. So this is the object of class A. So we have created object for class A. Now by using this method, by using this variable, object reference variable, let's call add method. And when calling add method, let's pass, first let's try to pass two parameters. So I am passing 2 and 4. So it will call add method, right? So it should call add method and it should add a plus b. And it should return or it should print a plus b value, that is 2 plus 4, 6. So let's execute this file. So when we execute this file, it is returning 6. Perfectly fine. That is fine. Now what I will do, by using same object, let's call the add method and this time let's pass only one value. Let's pass 100. Now if in ideal method overloading scenario, this method, now what should be the output? So for this method, output should be two plus 4, that is 6. So when we call my obj.add with two parameters, here we are passing two parameters. So it should call this method and it should add a plus b and it should return 6. It should return the value of 6. And second method, when we call with only one parameter, it should call this add method and it will return only that value. That means it should return 100 only. But in Python, it does not support method overloading by default. So when we execute this file, let's see what happens. So when we execute this file, if you see, there is an error. So we got the 6 output here. That means this statement got executed. This add method got executed. But for this add method, so when we call add method with only one parameter, it is throwing error that missing one required positional argument, that is b. That means in Python, the main problem with Python is we may overload the methods but can only use the latest defined method. So whatever is the latest method we have defined here with the same name. So we have defined two add methods. So whatever method which is the latest one, that will override the previous one. So this will be only considered and this will not be considered. So it will override the previous add method. That's why it is saying that add method is missing one required positional argument, that is b. So by default, it will only execute this method. It will override the previous method. So that's why we say that Python does not support method overloading by default. It will always execute the second add method. If you create another add method with 3 parameters, in that case, even second will not be supported. For example, let's say I am creating one more add method. And in this add method, let's pass 3 parameters, a, b and c. And now let's try to call my obj.add method with 3 parameters now, 1, 2, 3. And it should return what output? So let's make it 30. So it should return 30 plus 2, 32 and 1, 33. So it should return 33 when we pass the 3 parameters. Now let's execute this file. If you see, right, so it is giving some error. Sorry, we have in method we have to add print statement first. So let's add print a plus b plus c. So now let's again execute this file. So when we run this file, you see here missing one required positional argument, that is c. Right, so here also the same problem occurred. In second method, if you see, it is not accepting these two methods. So this is invalid. So that's why in Python, if you comment these 3 methods, let's say if you comment these these 2 statement and execute this, then it will return 33 correctly. So whatever is the latest method we have used, it will always perform operation according to it. That's why that is the main problem in Python, that it does not support method overloading by default. But there are some ways by which we can achieve method overloading. So this is the problem scenario which we have seen. We have used two add methods. First one is only with one parameter. Second add method is with two parameters. But when we call those methods with two parameters and one parameter, it should ideally give output of 16 and 100 here. But it gives the error, right? So now let's see how we can tackle this problem. So there is one approach. First approach is, I will show you the first approach. Let's see the first approach. So I am commenting this part of code. Now let's create the same approach and let's see the approach one. So again I will create one class. Let's create class A. I will create one add method, def add method, and in this method we will pass one parameter, that is A, and we will assign a default value of none to it. So for A we are assigning one value, that is none, as a default value, and similarly we will use B equals to none as well. So we will assign second parameter value is also none. So if you don't pass any value while calling the method, then by default it will take the none value, and then we can add some if else condition. So I will just add one if else condition. If I will check if a value is not equals to none. So if a value not equals to none, that means there will be a single value which is passed and b equals to none. That means when we pass only the single parameter, in that situation a value will not be none, because that value which we pass as a single parameter, that will be assigned as a. So that will not be a none value, that will not be none. In that situation whatever value we will pass, that value will be assigned to a, and b will be none. Means if we pass only single parameter, then by default value of b will be taken or will be considered as none. And in this situation what we will do, we will simply print a, right? Because in this situation b will be none. So we will not, in this situation when we pass only single value, b will be considered as none and a will be not none, because we have passed one value. So that value we will directly print. And else both the value will be passed. So else we can simply add else print a plus b. In this situation another condition is both the value will be passed. So in that situation it will perform addition operation on it and it will return a plus b. So this is the one approach. We can assign or we can use the keyword none and we can assign it as by default to variables, and by using if and else condition we can achieve it. Now let's create the object of class A. My obj equals to class A object. So now we have created the class A object, and by using this my obj, let's call add method. First we will call by giving two parameters. Let's say 100 comma 200. So now we have passed two values. So it should return, what output it should return? It should return 300, because 100 value will be passed to A, because 100 value will be passed to A, 200 value will be passed to B, and both of them are having values. So it will not enter in if loop, right? So it will not go to if condition. It will directly print A plus B. And let's pass single parameter as well. So my obj dot add, this time let's pass only single value, that is 400. So in this situation this 400 value will be assigned to A, this value will be assigned to A, and we haven't passed any second parameter. So second parameter, that is B, will be considered as none. So it will enter in this if condition and it will print value of A, that is value of 400. So that is the desired output we want. And after that let's execute this file. So when we execute this file we can get the desired output. So this is the first approach. So this is the approach one. We can achieve method overloading in Python by user defined function using none keyword as default parameter. So we have used none keyword as default parameter, and by using if and else conditions we can implement that specific logic to it. But there is problem with this approach. and it makes code very complex with multiple if else statement. For example, here we have passed only 2 parameters and 1 parameter. But what if there can be 3 parameters, there can be 4 parameters, there can be 5 parameters. In such situation, to handle all those conditions, we will have to write multiple if else conditions, and that will make code very complex. That is the main problem with this approach, that it will make code very complex with multiple if else statement. So this is the approach is not efficient approach. So this approach of method overloading is not efficient approach. So there is another approach that is known as a multiple dispatch decorators. This is the efficient approach for using method overloading in Python. So we will see how to use multiple dispatch decorators. So this is the efficient approach. So I am just going to PyCharm again. For that we have to first install multiple dispatch module in Python. So I am just commenting this part of a code. And now let's see approach 2, and that is the efficient approach by using multiple dispatch module. From this module, first we have to install this module. So how to install this module is, we can simply go to tools, not tools, we can simply go to view, tool windows. In the tool windows we have to go to, if you are using a PyCharm, you can simply go to tool windows, first view, tool windows, and within the tool windows there is a Python packages. Select that option. After selecting that option, we can search multiple dispatch. It will show the multiple dispatch module. You have to simply click on it and just install it. So it is installing the multiple dispatch package in our project, and that is installed now. Once that package is installed, we can simply import it. So from multiple dispatch, we have to import dispatch. We have to import dispatch, and then we can create the class. Let's create one class, class A. In this class, let's create one method. Let's say def add method, and we can use a decorators here. So we can simply use @dispatch, and in this bracket @dispatch, after this we have to mention what number of parameters or what type of parameters we are going to pass for this add method. So let's say if I use int, int, that means we are passing 2 parameters as an integer here. That means this method, in this method, whenever we will call this add method, we will be passing 2 parameters of integer, and in this we can simply again print a plus b. This is for 2 integer parameters. Print a plus b. We have to mention here as well, right? So we have to define a comma b. So we will be passing 2 parameters that are integer types, and it will perform integer operation and it will print the sum value. Again, for another add method in which we will be passing only single parameter, that is single integer. So we will again use this decorator, that is dispatch. In this case we have to pass only single parameter, so I will just simply use single integer, and let's define one method def add, the same name, and here we will be passing only one parameter, and it should return directly that value, that is print a. Let's see one example for passing 3 parameters as well. So I will just copy this one only, @dispatch. Let's create one method @dispatch, and here we are passing 3 integers now. 3 integers, and let's create a comma b comma c, and let's add a plus b plus c. So it will perform addition of three integers here. So now we have created 3 add methods, and we have defined in dispatch decorator that first one will be for 2 integer parameters, second one is for only single integer parameter, and third add method is for 3 integer parameters. So now let's create object for class A. My obj equals to class A. So we have created object, and by using this object, now let's call one by one. First method, let's say we have to pass only 3 parameters now, 2, 5, 7. Let's call another method in which we will pass only single parameter, let's say 100. and we have to call method as well, myobj dot add method. Here also myobj dot add method, which will take single parameter. Third one is, let's say, myobj dot add, in which we will pass two parameter, right? So first we'll call, so this method will call, this add method will invoke three parameters. So this one will invoke, so it will perform addition operation and it will return value of 14. It should return only single value, that is 100, and it will perform addition on 200 and 400, that will return value of 600. Now let's execute this file. So when we run this file now, it will perform it will invoke all three methods, right? And it will return the output accordingly. So in this situation, we can use method overloading. So this is the efficient approach of using method overloading. We can also create, let's say, one more method. I'm just going to create one more method, @dispatch. In this we will pass, let's say, float, comma float, again comma float. So we will be passing four values which are float values. Float means decimal values. So in this method, a, b, c and d as well. So we will perform a plus b plus c plus d. When calling this method, we can simply use myobj dot add, and let's pass, let's say, 2.5, 5.3, 6.2, 5.8, and let's call this method. So when we call this method, and let's see the output. Let's execute this file. So we can see the output here. So it performed addition operation on 4 float numbers. So this is how we can use multiple dispatch module, and we can import the dispatch, and by using that dispatch decorator, we can simply define for method overloading which method is going to take how many parameters and what type of parameters. So this is the efficient approach by using multiple dispatch decorator for method overloading. What are the advantages? So what are the advantages of method overloading? So it helps reusability of code. So overloading a method helps in reusability of code. For example, instead of writing multiple methods that differs only slightly, we can write only one method and overload it. Overloading also improves the code clarity and it eliminates the complexity. So this is how we can achieve method overloading in Python. So thank you for watching.